Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Amazing day to everybody joining us here for today, for this afternoon. We're very delighted to have you joining us for this exclusive LinkedIn Live event centered around a topic that holds immense relevance in today's swiftly evolving and dynamic business environment, leading with purpose, fostering team engagement, and continuous growth. I am Red Lovina. I'm here again today hosting for today's live event. So before we delve into our discussion, I strongly encourage each of you to actively participate. Feel free to utilize the comment section to introduce yourselves, to post inquiries, and exchange your valuable insights. And as we journey through our conversation, we're all here to learn and we're all here to grow together. Purpose oriented leadership, ongoing enhancements, and perpetual learning stand as pivotal elements in the realm of effective leadership in the contemporary landscape. And as leaders, it's not just having a vision that matters, but also our ability to ignite the collective passion of our teams in pursuit of that vision. This is the very essence of purpose driven leadership. Again, we're gonna cover all the understanding of purpose-driven leadership, how to engage teams in common or in continuous improvement and learning, and how to empower a culture of learning. So on that very note, to help us deep dive on this, we have an incredible guest with us today. So she's an accomplished professional with valuable management experience in the field of psychology and counseling. And as the former regional manager in the Hong Kong office, she effectively led a consulting firm, overseeing the transformation of teams and providing people management solutions for customers. So, in addition to her managerial responsibilities, she also plays a pivotal role in overseeing the product development, the process, and the solution quality of the firm's wellness solutions. She holds a bachelor's degree in psychology from the University of California, Los Angeles, and as well as the postgraduate diploma in psychology from the University of Melbourne, and a master's degree in counseling from Monash University. Her expertise extends to counseling and psychology with extensive experience working with diverse populations in Hong Kong and Australia. And she has provided tailored professional one-to-one and group consultation services to professional adults, preschool children, parents, and adolescents. She is actively pursuing professional development to stay up to date with evidence based practices. She is, I believe, fluent in both English and Cantonese, and she has been invited as a speaker at workshops and seminars. She covers various topics such as mindfulness practice, positive psychology, um, emotional control, wellness, mental wellness, relaxation trainings, and stress management. So, throughout her career, she has collaborated with numerous global companies, including IBM, Intel, HP, Credit Suisse. She should correct me later. Manulife, Cigna, P&G, J&J, Nike, GE, Dow Chemical, Shell, Microsoft, Motorola, Prudential, AIA, UBS, and many, many more. She is a senior consultant in human dynamic, a PPSQ development manager of wellness, and she champions in NGH hypnotherapy and certified MBTI administrator. So, ladies and gentlemen, all the way from Human Dynamic Hong Kong, let's all give a virtual welcome to an inspiring colleague of mine, Ines Wong. Hi,
Hi,
Ines.
Ines. Hi, Red. Thank you for the sweet introduction to me. I hope you have a good day.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
having
I'm
a
having a
very good
very
day.
good day.
How about
How
you? You look
about you? You look
wonderful
wonderful
today.
today. Yeah, that's wonderful. And thank you for having me here. So I'm actually starting to be a little bit nervous after your introduction because I'm nothing like an expert here, but like I would like to share some of my, some of things I know that I have experienced with you all. And I will take this as a learning journey to learn all together with you and all the participants. So feedback is really important to me as a learning journey. So I encourage you can share your comments, feedback, whenever you have questions, just type that into the box along the comment side.
Yeah, thank you for that reminder. You can just join into the comments. You can discuss your insights, your thoughts, and you can introduce yourself through our comment section. We're gonna read it later. But to dive into this, Ines, no, I can throw the question already, right?
Yeah, sure, sure.
Can I? So, why is continuous improvement and learning essential in the context of leading with purpose?
Okay, for that, I will try my best to answer you this question. But to answer this question, I will first need to define what is a leading with purpose. So leading with purpose to me is mean the ability to align one's action with a clear vision that inspire and motivate the others, the team. And then it can apply at three different levels. Okay? I learned this in human dynamic. When I joined human dynamic, we always like emphasize we need a purpose, and we need to divide it into different levels, like the organizational level, the team level, and personal level. So we can always lead the organization, leading the team, and leading yourself. So for the first, we talk about leading the organization on the organization level. This is the level of leadership that involves setting the strategic direction. So it's on the rooftop. They also need to set the culture and value of the organization and ensure that they are aligned with the purpose. Organizational leaders have to anticipate and respond to external and internal challenges and opportunities, and that have to create and foster an environment of innovation and agility because the environment is always changing, right? So leaders always need to adapt to the changing needs and the expectation of the market, the customer, and the stakeholder. Okay? So on the level of a leading team, on the team level, so that involves building and managing high-performing teams and that share a common purpose and collaborate effectively. So if the leaders are always standing on the top, on the balcony, the middle manager who leads the team have to go up and down. So they have to do the communication, right? Yeah, so they have to have good communication skills and communicate the purpose and vision with their team members so that their team members know where to go. And you can imagine if the people from the front line do not know where they go, they will have a lot of anxiety and uncertainty and not sure what I'm doing, am I doing right? And what would they do if they have questions? For example, imagine a staff working in the hotline center, the call center, right? So when they receive an inquiry or a complaint that they don't know how to handle, who will they go first? Who will they go to?
I believe there's. Should I answer that?
You can. You can if you know, but it's just a random, no right or wrong. Like imagine if you have the question, oh, I don't know how to handle that complaint, or the customer is blah 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 blah. I have this complaint. What would they say?
First, their leader. They're gonna approach their leader.
Exactly, that's right. Very often we can hear that in the phone. You can't handle the question, ask your manager, right? And then the staff will go to the immediate supervisor. So the team leader will be the one who need to communicate and coach that person, the frontline staff, what to do. Okay? So they need to equip with those skills. Yeah, and that will be the purpose of communication and coaching the staff on the spot. So, and also on the level of leading themselves, leading the person individually, that is the level of leadership that involves developing and maintaining skills, knowledge, and mindset. Like I said, people have to learn on the job. So they do not know everything because things is changing. There are questions, problems that they may not know. So they need to continuously learn and develop new skills, new knowledge in order to handle different kind of challenge. And that enable them to lead with purpose and demonstrate integrity, accountability, and as well resilience. That's very important. Imagine, right? Imagine you have to handle all the problem every day. There are different tasks. It is really important for manager to stay healthy, right? They have to have that agility as well as the resiliency to maintain a wellness status. They can perform well and continuously perform, right? So you know that like the skills, once they acquire that skills, the skills is always yours. That's why we need to keep learning. And we're always talking about like retaining talents nowadays. And people with multiple skill sets are often one that are highly sought out, externally as well as internally. You can have like internal transition, lateral transition that you can make work cross-functionally, right? So I have remembered that I heard something from an AI talk that people used to favor those who have a T-shaped skill profile. Maybe you have heard about the T-shaped skill profile. Nowadays, we are moving to something new called V-shaped profile. So traditionally, the T-shaped skill profile means that the horizontal bar is some general skills and knowledge that person already have, and the vertical bar means that there is a core skill that is needed by a job function. So people have in-depth knowledge of one particular area. Say, for example, I also have a counselor background, so my T-shaped bar, if I have the counseling and psychology knowledge, that is my core skill, right? But it is not enough today. We also need to develop our adjacent skills. So when I got promoted as an RM, as a manager, I also need to manage people. Formerly, I was like an individual contributor. But when I have to manage people, I have to learn how I should deal with people. How should I communicate up with my supervisor, my manager, the managing director, and the CEO, right? Those are new skills that you need to learn. And those could be adjacent skills that you need to learn, but maybe to the degree not as deep as your like professional or core skills. That is what we call a V-shaped profile. And the most interesting thing is that, like there are large company, large firm that already training the AI to help them to screen profile for a participant and also as well as internal job allocation. They want to match the right profile, the right person with a job. And they are not only looking at the T-shaped profile person. Now they are looking at a V-shape. Means you always need to expand your knowledge and different kind of skills so that you can maximize, as a manager, your opportunity within your organization. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I'm writing
Right.
it down because I wanna.
So
I'm
one
taking
thing,
taking down notes as well.
yeah, sure, feel free. And one thing is to have the mindset that the world is ever changing and it's changing fast. But if everyone is keeping their head into their PowerPoint slides, sitting in the cubicle, just like sitting in a conference call, then your way of working is not matching up with your new mindset. Right? Continuous learning is needed, and we all need to learn to upskill and at the same time unlearn to reskill. I hope I have answered your questions.
That's very beautiful, Ines.
To reskill.
Unlearn to reskill.
Yes, something new. You have to break the old things to learn new skills. And actually, I hear that comment because I have heard in a sharing forum saying that those people who find it very difficult to learn new skills are those very experienced staff because they already done something and use a method that have been working. That will be much more difficult for them to change. So bear in mind, we always have to unlearn and reskill, learn new skill to adapt to this agile world.
Very insightful, Ines. And very beautiful.
I hope that helped.
Very good. So, moving to this next question that I have. So, how can leaders inspire and engage their teams to actively participate in continuous improvement initiatives?
Sure. Actually, there are a lot of things that a manager can do. So, like, in order to make everyone easy to remember, I try to like explain it in an approach called LEAD. LEAD, lead. So first, L stand for listen, E stand for empowering and engaging, and A stand for acknowledge, D stand for development. Okay? First, L stand for listening. So leader should actively listen to their team members and create an environment where ideas and feedback are valued. By listening actively and attentively, leader can demonstrate their commitment to include their team's perspective and ideas in improving process. So as a leader, it is good to remain open-minded and to welcome new ideas that will create a safe place to share, so your team will be willing to share and learn. Okay? So we always talk about psychological safety nowadays. I think you may have heard that term too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So listening actively is always the first step to create that safety so that people feel safe and they will open up. Once they are open up, there will be more acceptance to new learning and new ideas. Correct? And then
Yeah.
second, leader needs to engage. We're going to the E, the engage with their teams. So this involves regular communication, inviting collaboration, and create opportunity for active participation. By engaging with the team, leaders inspire involvement and foster a sense of ownership. The important thing is like the ownership of the staff. They feel that they own the process. Then they will be motivated to learn because they think it is for themselves. And then for the A, acknowledge, which is another very crucial aspect. Leaders should acknowledge and appreciate the effort and contribution of their team members and recognize that training and the value that they bring into the company is being recognized. So like maybe verbal appreciation, public recognition, or any kind of rewards enforcement will improve their motivations to actively participate. So just by just saying that, oh, I can see that you're applying this new skill, very good job, that could do the trick. Just verbal appreciation. And sometimes like maybe if it is allowed, then maybe you can have like a certification, a sort of rewards to giving to the employees who have learned and contribute. So that could also be a good idea. And lastly, some of the leaders should focus on development of the team and provide resource and training programs as well as coaching or mentorship opportunities to enable the teams to develop. Okay, I remember when I got promoted to the RM, there are a lot of questions that I don't know, and I always have to seek help from my supervisor, from the CEO, chairman, as well as the managing director. So one I remember I have been talking to the former managing director, now is our new chair lady, and then she gave me a lot of insights because particularly I asked her, how can we expand the needs? How can we look into the new market? Where is a good platform? And then she shared some insight to me that, okay, I received one of the comments that there is echo, so I need to change the headset. So bear a little while with me while I'm changing the headset.
Oh, it's okay.
Okay.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay.
While you're doing that, I can read. Hi, Coach Rai. How are you? See you on the 23rd. Hi, Andrew. Hi for the participants here joining us today, joining live. Appreciate you, everybody. Okay, moving
Okay.
forward. You
Moving
can
forward.
continue. Yes.
Okay, sure. I hope it is much clearer now. Is it okay? Can you hear me right? Okay.
Yep, I
that
can
is
hear
good.
you.
Yeah, that's good. So continue my sharing, and then I ask particularly, I don't know where can I look for those platforms. And she personally shares some links, some names, and then some web page to me. So after she shares those with me, I know where I can look into the resource, and then that is where I can start working on those like networking or marketing tasks and jobs. So I still remember that like she even shared with me some of the readings that she could see. So the share of resource, share of knowledge is really important to help me learning, and then that is the initial part that like can kick me start. into that field. And okay, so by adapting this lead approach, which is, I have to recap, is LEAD, listening,
Yeah.
engaging, acknowledging, and developing. I hope this can help managers and leaders and inspire and engage your team actively to participate in continuous improvement and initiative. And if we still have time, I want to share one more story here.
Yeah, yes.
And
Go,
yeah,
go.
one more story. So actually, that is a case that I have heard on a forum about the Learning and Development (L&D)
Mhm.
seminar. That one of the company, which is an insurance company, a multinational insurance company, they are adopting a digital transformation within their company, because nowadays, like the generative AI, people are
Yeah.
talking about like data transformation.
Mm. Yeah.
But there are a lot of resistance and challenges, like when people are used to one tradition, it's quite hard for them to change. And then they have a product like something like a data management product, and they find out that the usage is really low, given that like even the company has invested a lot into that product. And then they have a survey and find out from the staff why. Actually, they find that it's a gap between the skills of using that data product. And after listening to the needs of their staff, that is the first step, listening to their staff. The management try to form an agile team with the expertise in this data management process. They have trainer, they have IT specialists, and they have a lot of different trainers supporting, and an HR specialist to forming a Scrum team to help people and train up people to learn to use this data product. And they leverage some of the existing training resource. They also employ the help of external training provider, because they identify that the first step to kick people start to learn is always the change of mindset that is important. They need to change their mindset to adapt to new skills. That is the first step, the most important step. And they need some external help, like external provider. And we always receive different, we always receive different kind of requests from our customer, our clients. So we have heard a lot of this kind of requests as well. So after you can shift the mindset of their staff, they start willing to learn, and then they successfully train up a certain amount of staff, like to use something like a BI tool. It's like a data management tool, and then they start gaining more insights into the data management. And at the end, they said that like this is like a 1 year program, and after that they find out. The one who have attended the training, they got the ICE license of using that data management, and they become the master who can use this data program and go back to their team to train up their team members. Okay, so from a normal staff to a data championship. Data champion. That is one of the acknowledgement from the company, because they become a champion and they sponsor them to learn these new skills. Right? Acknowledgement, that is the A part, and the development part, giving out the resource. Right? Okay. And then once they teach their scheme, they participate, they are being more and more engaged into this task. Okay. So this is a perfect demonstration of the lead approach. And as a result, they find there is like a tremendous increment of like the data management product usage. It's almost like 600 percent of increment of the data usage in that product. That's a lot. So
Yeah.
that is one story that I can share with you all.
Thank you, Ines. That lead approach is truly insightful, and it aligns very well with the importance of inspiring and engaging teams in continuous improvement efforts. Maybe we can have a last question, Ines, no?
Sure,
Can we
sure.
can we have another
Oh,
last
I
question?
have taken up too much time. I
Yeah.
hope not.
Just for the last question before we end this LinkedIn Live event,
Sure, sure.
what role does leadership play in creating an environment where teams are motivated to embrace continuous learning and improvement?
Okay, so I will do this very quickly. So I will say, as a role of a leader, they have a different role. So they have to put on different hats. They can be
Mm.
acts as a visionary, facilitator, a coach, or a role model for the team. So as a visionary, the leader set the direction and the purpose of the continuous learning and improvement. They are going to show the direction and lead the team. So that is the visionary part. Okay, so they give the big picture. As a facilitator, the leader empowers and enables their teams to make decisions and take action that support the continuous learning and improvement initiative. Okay, so that is the part that they have to provide the tools, the resource to support the team and encourage them. Okay, and as a coach, as a mentor, the leader have to guide them personally to improve their skills, knowledge, and mindset. And it is really, really important. I remember that one CEO have a sharing that they almost lost a very, very valuable, high potential talent in their company. It's because he and his partner like originally that high performing managers is really performing well, but then the performance start to drop, and they noticed that, oh, it has been 2 months since checking in with that like manager, so that like they have a one-on-one coaching and conversation with that manager, and with regular follow-up the performance increased back again. And it's because like they noticed that like the checking in is really, really important to engage that employees. So coaching and the coaching techniques is actually a necessary skills for every leaders and manager. Lastly, as a role model, the leaders demonstrate the behavior and the values that support continuous learning. For example, if a leader in a company is going to support a campaign, maybe the D&I campaign, the diversity and inclusion campaign, they said that, but they do not participate in any form of the workshop seminar. Do you think the people will follow?
No.
No, right? Yes. So they have to walk their talk. And the most important thing is like that things have to also match with the personal value of that leaders. If they personally do not believe in that, that is not going to work. So acting as a role model, leading by example is important to match with their purpose and personal value. Okay? And that will foster a culture of collaboration and trust to the team and to the company. So by playing this kind of role, the leader can create an environment where teams are motivated and embrace continuous learning and improvement. I hope
Oh,
I have answered the questions.
yeah, yeah. I just forgot that one role of the leader. He is a leader must be or should be a role model, a coach,
Mm,
a visionary, and the last one is
a facilitator.
facilitator. Okay,
Yes.
got it. Thanks, Ines. So those are the um what do you call this role that roles or a leader can play
Mm,
a role on those four types or four activities or what do you call
yes,
this yeah,
exactly.
right.
So, like being a leader is not easy. They always have to change their mask or their hat to do different kind of stuff in
Yeah.
order to like form and foster a collaborative
Hmm.
and like open-minded culture for people to learn and continue to grow.
Hmm. Yeah. They're wearing different hats at the
We
same
all
time
need to. We all need to
every day.
eventually. Yes.
Every day, every day. But thank you for that very fruitful insights and expertise and experience that you shared with us for this afternoon, Ines. So we have questions from the audience or for our participants here? Do we have any? Hmm, okay. So if we don't have any, I'd like to thank and express my gratitude and appreciation to you, Ines, amidst the busy, busy schedule that you have there in Hong Kong. You grace us up with this LinkedIn Live event for this afternoon, for today, about about fostering team engagement and continuous growth. So
Yeah.
we have an incredible discussion. It is
Mm.
very insightful, and I believe and I'm hoping that the audience watching and joining us here live today, Ines, had a grasp of that knowledge and your experiences and your expertise as well,
I
and
hope it helps.
they have
I hope
their
it
own
helps. Yeah.
takeaway.
Yes, I hope they
Yeah.
do, and I hope my sharing is not too boring. That people are still
Mhm.
with me at this time and moment because like in Hong Kong it's 3:30. It's a typical tea time for people.
Same here
Right.
in the Philippines, Ines.
Same, right? Okay. So if anyone have any comments, questions, feel free to let us know. And once again, thank you very much for having me here, Red. And I enjoy to spend this time and to share and learn with you all here. So I am anticipating comments and feedbacks later on.
Yeah, you can message us both, Ines Wong in LinkedIn and Ethelred Lopez Levina in LinkedIn also. You can send us a message for discussions, for sharing your insights, or whatever under the sun for business related concerns, anything. You can ask us about this topic also. And thank you also to our wonderful audience for joining us here today. And just love watching this series. Very insightful. Thank you so
Oh,
much,
thank
Andrew
you,
and
Andrew.
Omega. And I will, Ines, before we end this LinkedIn Live, I would like to invite everybody to our upcoming Leadership and Change Conference on November 23rd at Marco Polo Ortigas, Philippines, on Leading from the Middle through Continuous Improvement and Learning, with our guest speakers, Alexander Den Kibanov and Jose Angelo Pohol, to share their insights and their journey. For more details, please visit our LinkedIn at Human Dynamic Philippines or message me through here at LinkedIn Live or at LinkedIn rather. You can message me for more details. And stay tuned for more of our LinkedIn Live events. And don't forget to connect with both of us, Ines and I, to more discussion and insights. And we would like also to hear your feedback and suggestions by scanning our QR code that's going to be flashed through your screens later on. And until next time, keep leading with purpose, fostering continuous improvement, and embracing the power of learning. Have a good day, everyone. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.